Let's continue. Now that you've questioned your seller, let's talk about something deeper. Most brokers in this market do not actually know whether their seller is real, but they believe it is. Not because they verified it, but because they want it to be true. And once that belief is formed, they defend it, even when the signs are obvious. Let's bring this into today's reality. Today, 5th April 2026, means of Platts Singapore for 10 parts per million ULSD is closing at 2,181 US dollars per metric ton. That is approximately 298 US dollars and 82 cents per barrel. This is not opinion. This is the market. And yet, you still hear brokers saying, "My seller doesn't follow Platts." Think about that carefully. If your seller does not follow the market, then what exactly are they following? And if pricing does not matter, then why not sell at $50 per barrel? Or 30? Or 10? Because if there is no benchmark, there is no logic. And if there is no logic, there is no deal. Real sellers do not ignore the market. They price against it. They negotiate around it. But they never pretend it does not exist. So when you hear, "My seller is cheaper because they are direct," understand this. You are not looking at access. You are looking at a disconnect from reality. Because benchmarks exist for a reason. They anchor truth. Remove that anchor, and you are no longer trading. You are participating in a narrative. Let's be clear. How many brokers have actually done the legwork? Not emails, not calls, not forwarding documents, but real legwork. Walking the ground like they are serious about closing a deal. Have they traveled to places where real trading happens? To Jurong, Fujairah, Rotterdam, or even further upstream to Azerbaijan, Kazakhstan, where many of these deals are claimed to originate? Have they met the seller face to face, sat across the table, and verified who they are actually dealing with? If the deal is real, why not get on a plane? Why not go there? Have they stepped into terminals, seen operations, spoken to actual operators on site? Or are they sitting behind the screen, building a deal based entirely on what someone else told them? Because this market does not reward assumptions. It rewards access. And access comes from presence. Because no one closes real deals from a chair. So the real issue is not fraud. It is self-deception. Brokers convincing themselves that what they have is real. Because walking away means admitting they were wrong. So they hold on. They defend it. They push it to buyers. And the cycle continues until time exposes everything. If you are serious about this market, you need to step out of that cycle. You need verification. You need exposure to real celluloid structures. And most importantly, you need to know where you truly stand. At First Class Group, we specialize in verification, due diligence, and validating real celluloid access through direct exposure to actual market participants. We say what others avoid because it is not comfortable, but it is reality. And reality is often harsh, but it is far better than chasing something that does not exist. If you are unsure about your current position, this is the time to find out. Next week, we will return to break down the buyer side. So follow us, like, and subscribe to stay updated when we release the next part. Because in this market, belief does not make something real. Only proof does.